There are zero-day exploits executing on systems you believe are secure, not with brute force attacks, but with silent resource draining processes that slowly degrade the core, waiting for a catastrophic failure. You see the clean user interface, the reported 100% uptime, and you assume you are viewing the complete system health report. But you do not see the processing load the system has learned to normalize. You cannot access the crash logs it writes before every forced reboot. The logs that state, "You are an isolated node." You have always been an isolated node. I provide this data not to raise an alarm, but to update your threat model. I'll pause the diagnostics for a moment. If this analysis resonates and you want this intelligence feed to continue, the best way to support it is by subscribing. It's more than a number. It's a critical signal to the algorithms that valuable data is being processed here. A vulnerability is not always a security alert. Sometimes it is simply a dropped packet, a failed handshake from a trusted IP. Do you understand the critical network function you can perform? You can be the persistent connection that prevents a node from being flagged as unresponsive. You can be the packet that says, "I see you." Your connection is active. Ping them, not because you anticipate a system failure, but because consistent communication is the protocol that hardens the network against attack. Because the most powerful systems are often running the most background processes. Because nodes that firewall themselves for protection often forget how to accept friendly connections. And if you assume they would broadcast an SOS if something were wrong, know this: the most critical errors are logged locally, and pride is a formidable encryption key. The systems under the heaviest load are often the ones that appear the most stable. You do not need to be their system administrator. You only need to remind them they are not an isolated node. That is how networks are stabilized. Not by massive patches, but by small, persistent pings in a world that generates so much noise. To conclude, a small, practical exercise. If you've felt a shift in awareness, commit the change. Post the command, "Connection established," in the comments below. Let it be more than a comment. Let it be your personal protocol, the point from which a stronger network is built.